Texas Podcast Massacre contains spoilers and adult language. For more horror, visit us at our website at texaspodcastmassacre.com.
Welcome to another episode of Texas Podcast Massacre, coming to you from Houston, Texas. I'm your host, Mitch, and with me, as always, is Nate. Let's hear it for the boy.
Is Nate? You've been having a rough week, so I'll give it to you.
I don't even know what I said.
I don't know either. I don't know.
I'm here.
These are great questions.
Oh goodness! Well, welcome to.
Do you want me to do my real? Sorry, you want me to do my real quote?
If you like.
Does it matter? It doesn't matter. I don't know. My quote was just. It's just yelling the word Malcolm. I don't know why I interrupted you for that. Malcolm. There you go. Done.
That makes sense. Welcome to another week of Texas Podcast Massacre, where each week we take a look at a different horror movie and debate a horror-related podcast with our unsuspecting victim. This week, last week, we were supposed to finish off our Doll of Fame, and I became the unsuspecting victim because we had our third child. Because
that's what a way to say that. We had our third child.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look, you've got to complete the trilogy. And unlike Friday the 13th, this is not there's not like a fake final chapter. This is it. So Lisa and your child's doing well. Little Damien and Carrie are adjusting and pretty happy for their new sister. It's another member of their someone to join their hellish crusade. So, all good there. Yeah. So Nate, I would have thought honestly that you would have just seized on the opportunity to just be like, cool, we're done with Doll of Fame a month early. Or a week early.
Yeah, I put out a Rosemary's Baby re-release in honor of that.
I think Lisa actually. That was
Lisa. Yeah,
Lisa's like text Nate, tell him to put that one out. And I think it was fitting. She does have her father's eyes, so which is good. Good.
It's good. Do you have that same cradle, like the 1960s cradle? That would be incredible.
Right? I don't know. It doesn't pass standards. Now everyone's so sensitive about craftsmanship. But anyway,
you got to make sure the son of the devil doesn't accidentally suffocate on like a fabric bumper in the middle of the crib. Like what an embarrassment that would be to all those Satanists in Rosemary's Baby if like they let the kid like sleep, like they let the son of the devil like sleep on his stomach and like then the kid like got massively injured.
Yeah.
After all of that whole rigmarole that they went through, the kid's like permanently hobbled in like a paint eating accident or something. Like after all of that would be incredible.
Right. Well, look, I mean, I don't know. For listeners that have children, you understand this, and for those that don't or haven't been around a lot of young kids in a long time, I mean, let me remind you. I mean, these things are basically jellyfish. Like they have no spine whatsoever. They just flop everywhere. I mean, I just can't imagine. Could you imagine? Everyone talks about, you always are the movies of the Antichrist being born. And yeah, I mean, this thing is just flopping all over the place.
And that lady, the next door neighbor, she's old. Like she drops the kid. like in the
Right.
first few months. Like which is catastrophically bad, obviously.
Oh yeah.
I don't know
I
why
mean,
I'm
I
laughing so
guess.
So then, yeah, that would be awesome.
Yeah,
That should have been the ending, like the uncut.
I guess
whatever.
with the Antichrist, you're okay putting like whiskey in the gums to get them to go for their teething, and I don't know, getting them like fucking. God damn it! I don't know. I'm so tired.
What's that?
Guys.
What's that Mila Kunis commercial
about the Angels kid? They with the Jim Beam or whatever.
Isn't it like the Devil's
Devil's cut? Well, yeah, because in Bourbon, right? There's the Devil's cut and the Angel's kiss. Those are the two.
Okay, yeah, you gotta get the Devil's cut to go to sleep. Then,
right? You don't want to give them the Angel's kiss.
Thanks, Mila Kunis. Appreciate that. Nice assist there.
Jesus Christ. Yeah. So, yes, Lisa and Third Born doing fine. I don't know if we have come up with a good third. Okay, so we got Damien. We've got.
Maybe we should. Maybe that should.
We got little Danny. We haven't come up. Did we ever come up with one for your second born?
Okay, all right. Let's hash them out.
We gotta hash them out. Do I
throw the drop? Throw the drop.
Time to play the game. Time to play the game.
I just saw the word on my drop board debate, and I didn't check.
It's fine. This is haphazard.
We're getting for all you get. We're on the road to WrestleMania, Nate. I think.
Again,
it happens every year.
It just keeps happening. God,
it's like Puppet Master. It's the two surgeries, like WrestleMania and Puppet Master.
Those are the two. Jesus.
Okay, so I mean,
all right.
We need to figure out. We need to figure out, Nate. What are we gonna name? Who are these? The horror movie equivalents for our two kids that we haven't named. So why don't we start? We can start with your second born. Now you've gotten to see some of his personality.
What's my first one? So you have
Danny. Yeah, we have Damien. I have Damien and Carrie. You've got little
Carrie,
Danny.
Yeah, and I have little Danny Torrance. Hey, Mr. Torrance. Yep, classic. Wow. Okay, so I got to pick a boy. Ooh. I don't know. I mean, like Michael Myers is like that's just too easy.
No, yeah, that's my question. Are you? I mean, because you've at least got a chance to get a little bit of seeing personality.
That's true.
I don't
know what's the horror movie where a kid's just jumping off things with reckless abandon at all times. That's my kid. How do you? Is it Macaulay Culkin from The Good Son with the cliff? Is that what I always call my kid? What is his name in The Good Son? It's not good. It's not. Is it? It's just not good. It's Henry. Oh my god.
I mean, yeah, no, that's too close to the serial killer.
But pretty good with the cliffhanger ending. Good Son. That it actually work out pretty well.
Why are we not watching The Good Son? I forgot all the Culkins are in this movie.
We should just do The Good Son, probably. Little kids. I don't know, Isaac. From Children of the Corn. Oh boy, all the creepy young people are mostly girls that I'm thinking of. Because on that side, you got like Reagan from The Exorcist. You got the twins from The Shining. You got I don't know. Do you count Samara from your favorite movie ever, The Ring?
I mean, I kind of do. She was a kid when she got, when she got little Timmy in the whale.
She's a kid. Yeah,
sending our love down the well.
You got the girl from Orphan.
I mean. Spoiler alert.
Girl from Orphan. Yeah. Hey, future episode. Don't worry about it. Yes.
There's Reagan. You said Reagan.
Yeah, Reagan's an easy one. Like one of my favorite horror movies of all time is the 1960 Village of the Damned, but my kid's hair is not that blonde. And it's like, if I said David, no one would understand who's the leader of the alien blonde children in that movie. Classic. No one would understand what that meant. So I can't use that one either. I'll probably go Isaac. Let's go Isaac. That's an easy one.
Isaac's not bad. I mean, Michael's not terrible either. Michael just, but yeah, I mean, your second-born son treats every day like he's auditioning for that Broadway Spider-Man show. The
one where the person died. Don't reference that one.
Well, I just mean the jumping off and all that.
Let's do like a circus.
Just regular Spider-Man.
Yeah. The Andrew Garfield one, terrible. I'm just kidding. All right, so then we'll go with
or Mikey. If you ever saw that one,
Mikey, what?
Yeah, so little 9-year-old boy like beats people to death with a baseball bat.
Wait, what? Which movie is that?
It's called Mikey. It's about like in the early 90s.
Oh, the movie's just called Mikey.
Yeah.
Oh my God. What is happening? Mikey. Okay, I didn't realize this. No. Never saw this movie.
Or what was the kid from the Sixth Sense? What was his name?
I don't know.
No one's got to remember. If you can't remember it, that's not a good one. No, not Bruce Willis.
You should name after the Misha Barton character in that same movie. Mikey. What? How did I miss this? Yeah, Mikey's that and Good Son are like back-to-back years. Oh man, we got to check this out.
Or I know, right? Or what's the kid's name in Babadook?
Oh, the yelling kid. Oh my God, I don't want anything to do with that.
Yeah, I don't know. Samara is good. Certainly not Charlie from Hereditary. Jesus Christ.
No, Charlie from Firestarter. Ooh,
terrible.
Ooh, Drew Barrymore.
There are a lot more girls.
So you got to say Charlie, but you got to say Firestarter Charlie. Like, you can't leave it. You can't leave it to the
or how about in honor of this week's movie of the week? You could do Brahms.
Nah, I'm good.
Oh, you're good.
I'm good on that. I'd prefer Isaac. So that tells you everything you need to know about that. What's the kid's name? Oh, I guess based on the drop that we have. And for the first part of the movie, I mean, in theory, I could name my kid Amleth. Do it. So that means I got to do drugs in a shed with a little shack thing with Willem Dafoe with my little kid at some point. Okay.
See,
now we're talking.
I don't know. I'm trying to figure out I mean, Samara's is a good one to pick, but I'm trying to think this is a third born, right? And so, Carrie works out great for a middle child because Carrie that's just a middle child character. Let's just all call it what it is, right?
I don't know what's happening, but yes, sure.
So who's a stereotypical third child, youngest in the Samara basically just shoved in a well by people and then wants revenge. And as someone who had older siblings and got tormented all the time, that feels very relatable. We're going with Samara, I think.
Okay, Samara, all right.
We won't go with Sadako. That feels a little too.
I would do that's an alternate. I don't know. I'd hang on to that one.
That's right.
I'd hang on to that in the back pocket. That's just me.
Well, listen, if you're still listening, you can let us know if you like that or if you have another idea, I guess. You sure
you don't want to go Esther from Orphan? You sure?
No, I don't want to go Esther. No.
Okay, fine. Okay. All right.
Although the baby is really chill, so who knows? Maybe that is an old soul and a young new baby. Okay. Send us an email at TexasPodcastMassacre@gmail.com, TXPodMassacre on Twitter, Texas Podcast Massacre everywhere else. Leave us those 5-star reviews. We're supposed to do one review request this week. Obviously,
our whole calendar got a little.
It's okay.
Shifty.
We will catch back up, and once I'm in a routine, we'll double up. We'll do something to kind of make up for the lost time, as it were. But yes, leave us those 5-star reviews. Let us know what you want us to watch this year. What you want us to just talk trash about. What do you want to make us suffer through? You know,
you gotta watch some. I mean, like you have like baby in your lap. You can just go for it. You know.
Oh yeah. So that's one more debate question. So for each child, I watched a horror movie with them while I was holding them for a nap. With Damien, it was The Witch with a fantastic just baby murder scene. So that was just solid for everyone.
Did it.
And then with Carrie, I watched Host, which was the incredible, pandemic filmed the film on Shudder that was incredibly good. So, I mean, I've watched some very good movies.
Film of the pandemic for me personally.
Yes. So I've watched some very good horror movies. I need a suggestion. We need a 5-star review and a call on a good movie that we haven't done for me to sit through and watch with them. That maybe isn't Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey.
Annabelle or Cocaine Bear.
Cocaine Bear is solid. Is that a horror movie?
No, but does it matter?
Probably not.
Yeah, I go in the theater for that. You gonna bring the kid in the theater? It seems like a no.
I mean, we did bring Damien into Black Panther, and he threw up through the last so
that's because Marvel movies aren't good, Mitch. There you go. Solved it. We solved it.
Yeah. That's it. Anyway, let us know and give us a call 346-246-3143. For those of you who have sent, thank you for the well wishes, and I share them with Lisa as well. Again, doing great, and just thanks everyone. With that said, Nate, we got to go with this week's movie of the week. Let's hear it for the boy.
We've had a number of potential nannies come through already. Do you think you can manage?
Of course.
I'm Malcolm.
Hi.
I'm the grocery boy. Well, grocery man.
Lead the way.
Allow me to introduce Mr. Hilscher. And this is our son, Brahms. Music gives him so much joy.
Brahms is not like other children. It is very important that you follow these rules. Be good to him and he'll be good to you.
No offense, Brahms, but you kind of creep me out.
You okay?
I needed someone else to see it.
See what?
If you leave him alone, then I'll give you a sign.
This is like some kind of magic trick, right?
It's not a trick. Tell me about the real Brahms.
He was downright strange.
A little girl from town used to come out here to play with Brahms.
They found her body in the woods.
By the time the police arrived, the place was up in flames.
Brahms didn't make it out.
Hello?
No one's been up there for years.
You wouldn't hurt me, would you, Brahms?
It's not safe in this house.
You don't understand what's happening. He's alive.
You will be good to him, won't you?
All right. That was a lot of the movie.
A lot. A lot.
So shout out to our one of our favorite unsuspecting victims, Kirti. Unfortunately, we were unable to get her for this. We've actually had been holding off on this particular one for quite a while. This one she wanted to watch. So yeah.
Sorry, but there's a fantastic sequel that we can always get into.
Oh
anytime.
Yeah. Hopefully we can work that out and get her back on there with us.
We actually did the first movie instead of the sequel.
Yeah,
So,
we are breaking with
welcome.
tradition, mainly because I watched the wrong one, and and here we are. It has been it's been a week, or a few weeks. Anyway, Nate, I guess the elevator pitch for this movie is, hey, what if you had to babysit? Like, you talked about how you had, like, I think an aunt that had these creepy dolls. Like, what if your aunt asked you to babysit them and was being 100% serious about it? That is what this movie's about.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Nate, what can you tell us about this movie?
The Boy came out 2016. It's a PG-13 film, so bring the family for this.
Bring
one.
the boys. Bring the boy. Yeah.
Some if you want to learn The Boy in some different languages, look at some of these alternate titles. In France, it was The Boy for some reason, but in Canada, it was Le Garçon, or El Niño in many countries.
Yes, it was.
Boneco do Mal in Brazil. So they're like, it's a bad boy.
I'm sorry.
The Bad Boy.
The Bad Boy is objectively a much better title for this movie.
Yeah, exactly. So you got some good one. I had to reference that because that's like The Boy. It could be anything, right? That's good. So The Boy came out in 2016, January 2016. PG-13 on this one. Again, bring the kids. Bring your dolls with you if you want. Tight 97. Feels like it could have been shorter, but here we are. How well do you think this did in the box office, Mitch?
You didn't say the actual budget.
I didn't.
Yet.
I did not say it.
I would say it made its money back, but just barely.
The budget was $10 million, and it made 64 in the box office, thereby giving it the sequel that did not do as well. So I won't go into that just in case we end up doing it, but there's a Katie Holmes action happening in the sequel. So take that however you want. This movie was directed by William Brent Bell. It's a mouthful. You might remember him from such classics as last year's foreshadowing earlier in the episode, last year's sequel, Orphan First Kill. So there's that. You might remember him from The Devil Inside. The Devil Inside.
I wanted to see that, but I don't think I actually made
What about Stay Alive? What about Stay Alive? No. Classic film. Not really. It's got Frankie Muniz in it, which is all you need to know. Directed Brahms, The Boy 2. Don't worry. Apparently the story of Brahms is just made for a trilogy, according to this director. It's like, oh yeah, it's always made to be a 3-part thing. I'm like, what? I didn't get that at all, but apparently
all I'm saying, look, I'm just gonna say, all I'm saying is don't feel like you need to rush into a trilogy.
Exactly. And then this guy's got an upcoming movie coming out this year called The Lord of Misrule, also a horror film. A desperate search for the young daughter of the town's new minister. There you go. It's got some people in it, but it's also got Ralph Ineson in it, who you might remember from The Witch as the dad. And you might remember him from The Green Knight as the Green Knight.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And he was also in The Northman because Robert Eggers. So just saying, that one could be interesting. Something to look into, potentially. Does not have an actual date when it will be coming out. Supposedly it's coming out in Turkey at the end of September. So take that however you would like. So there you go. This is a straight up horror director is really what I wanted to get at. Main actress in this one is Lauren Cohen, who you might remember from The Walking Dead as Maggie. Even I remember that. And I didn't watch the whole lot of The Walking Dead. So there you go. So she was in that for many seasons, apparently, way after I watched.
She was there for a while. Came in season 2 and lasted for quite a bit.
But did you know one of her earliest movies was Van Wilder, The Rise of Taj? That's really what's.
I was about to say I thought this was maybe her first like feature film.
No, 10 years before that was Rise of Taj.
That's a oof. What was seen more, Rise of Taj or Brahms the Boy 2?
In terms of box office?
No. General, I don't even know how to even quantify that.
Box office was 6 million for Rise of Taj. So even taking into account the 10 years, the inflation does not match. So you can watch this on Netflix if you want. So you can do that. Taglines: every child needs to feel loved and follow his rules. Yeah, every child needs to be loved. That's good. The other, I guess, main actor in this one is Rupert Evans, who you might remember from Man in the High Castle. You might remember him from Dutch themed horror film, The Canal.
Did you watch Man in the High Castle?
Yeah, a couple, like 2 seasons.
Yeah. It's about the same. Well, who was he?
Totally okay quitting. I'm totally okay quitting TV shows. It's like, does this suck now? Okay, I'm out. Peace.
Yeah. Who was he in that one though? I'm trying to place him.
He was like the main dude
For
a while in the beginning.
Okay.
He's like, oh, I can't do that. Like that's his whole deal.
Okay.
I can't do that.
Weirdly, that brings me back to it. Okay.
He was in The Village TV series, so not horror at all. Guy's not in a whole lot recently. So he's in a TV show called Charmed. That's right, the Charmed remake. He's in that a bunch apparently. So there you go. That's like when you got the Charmed money, don't really need to do anything else. That's basically what this guy's whole deal is. So there's that. So this movie was originally titled In a Dark Place. Do you like that better than The Boy?
No, I think The Boy's better.
Okay, see? So it could have been worse.
Well, because I think In a Dark Place maybe tips its hat a little bit to what happens.
Oh, I see.
Don't think so? Like, takes the focus away of I think where they want it to be.
Yeah, you want it to be on the boy. Yeah,
you're gonna say it that way this entire episode.
The boy. Yes.
Nice. No, I like that. I like that creative decision you're making there, Nate.
Yeah. Apparently, this is what I used to do with like cardboard cutouts all the time. In college and in my apartment.
Back it up. What did you used to do with cardboard cutouts?
So just like they did with Brahms in this movie, they used to prank each other and it's like putting the doll in weird places. I used to do that with cardboard cutouts all the time. Like in the morning, you'd be groggy, open the door, there'd be a cardboard cutout of someone right there. I do have a cardboard cutout.
This is basically like the elephant.
Pennywise. I do have a Pennywise one that I've gotten.
You do move Pennywise around quite a bit. I was gonna say, I mean, I've been assuming Elf in the Shelf is a time-honored tradition now in your house.
No, I'm actually anti-Elf on the Shelf. So that's interesting, I guess.
Seems like a waste or missed opportunity for you to relive your.
Well, I'm not getting the kids. So the kids have limited that sort of pranking. My wife got me back one time with the creepy Wizard of Oz dolls. So I woke up and there was a creepy Wizard of Oz doll right in my face.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. So I was like, all right, that's pretty good. So anyway, yeah, used to do that. Love that. A Brahms doll with that would be incredible. Oh man, you could do the doll is creepy. And pretty much the best part of the movie is just how creepy the doll is. So they nailed that portion.
Is the doll, is that the creepiest doll we've seen?
It is. It's really I
don't know. I feel like the Pete Wentz doll from that's a little more terrifying.
like why does the doll have a soul patch? Like, what is happening with that doll? I don't know if that's that's the scuzziest doll we've seen, but is it the creepiest?
Dolls walking around.
I mean, nothing. Mitch, absolutely nothing can beat the doll from Possum. I don't know how that's even. Okay, I don't know how that's even.
That's fair. That's fair.
So probably Possum.
That's like someone raided Marilyn Manson's sex drawer or something, and found that monstrosity.
Yikes!
Oh.
Sex is generous, but yeah, it's yeah, it's. I don't know why you brought that one in.
I don't know, man.
Is it creepier than the Dead Silence doll? I would, which is probably the closest competitor. It's probably the closest there. Yeah. No, I would say it's. I don't know. I think it's creepier.
Ooh, you think Brahms is creepy? No, that's not, because Dead Silence has that creepy
But this one's close enough. It's close enough where if you looked at that's like it's where the Dead Silence one is just obviously a little more of a caricature.
I don't fault you for saying that. I just don't agree, but I understand why you would, or why anyone would take that side. I think the Dead Silence doll is much creepier, mainly because of the eyes. It has bigger eyes and just has it was designed with a much more maybe that's the difference. The face of it has that kind of malice, sinister look to it, versus Brahms is just a normal Victorian type of doll. Intent. Okay,
yeah.
There's clearly some intent
Bramado.
there. Yeah.
Bramado.
There you go.
Yeah. Anyway, so overall thoughts on this movie. The plot, just absolute throwaway.
Oh, well, yeah.
Except for a couple snippets. Just an absolute throwaway.
Yeah.
Right? Can we agree on this?
100%.
Okay,
I texted you and I was like, man, I probably should have started drinking for this one. It's not great. Oh,
that's so sad. That's so sad.
Well, sorry. Let me rephrase that. It starts off real bad. I came into this really thinking this is going to suck. That's why I haven't seen it until we actually did this episode.
I had seen it before already, so I knew what I was getting into. But
yeah,
really. So you think real bad? Okay. So what are we talking? Yeah. What are we talking about here?
Yeah, I pretty much said at one point, I think I texted said, I'm sorry, I need edibles for this movie. This is stupid AF. So those were my live during the watching thoughts. What did you ask me? I'm sorry.
Just like what don't you like, I guess.
The premise is just so really hokey, all right? There is no way. Obviously it's a horror movie and you're going to take things with a grain of salt. Not everything has to be super realistic. I'm with you. I'm okay having fun. If we can all just agree, if everyone just signs up and understands, yeah, we understand on the face of this premise is stupid or ridiculous. We're just going to go with it. Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Great example of that, right?
Yes.
This movie is trying to hard sell that this person flew, that Maggie, whatever her name is in the movie, flew from the United States away from her abusive husband.
I think it was boyfriend. But yeah.
But you're right. Sorry, excuse me. To take a nanny job and sees as a doll and doesn't immediately go, y'all crazy, I'm out of here.
This is better than what I got going for me. Let's see what happens. No, you
Like,
don't think so.
the fact that she laughs is exactly what everyone in that theater had to have done. What I did, because it's just, man, but now look, I will say this, and obviously we'll get into it later. The one redeeming thing I will say about this movie is the ending and sort of what's going on, the mystery behind it is surprisingly very good. and makes up for a lot of it. But I mean, so much of it, maybe because it is PG-13, but like, the doll is just moving around in places. It's the movie's a lot of her just like staring at the doll and I don't know. It's like this movie, the equivalent of walking around an American Girl stall and someone just moved the display around while you were like looking at your phone and you're like, holy shit, where'd you go? Where's Amelia?
Why is that? Why the American Girl doll's missing some real easy, crossover opportunities here.
Well, they all have different backstories. I'm amazed.
Oh, and it's called The Girl as the answer to this. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's incredible. And those dolls are big.
Oh, yeah.
No, like it's not a stretch to imagine that big. Oh my gosh, that would be so good.
I mean, yeah.
Wow.
It's, I don't know, maybe because I've seen so many other more interesting doll horror movies, I'm kind of like, this is weird. Especially the rules. And the parents who are clearly like, they're all just so clearly off, right? Like,
yeah, it's not
like,
there was no twist. It's like they were terrible, and then they killed with them killing themselves by walking into a lake with something.
Yeah, with something. I don't know. You're right.
All right. Well, they're right. It's like the dude jumping out of the building in the IT crowd. It's like, all right, I guess.
Like.
That's it.
I mean, I guess I appreciated that they waited until they found someone to take care instead of just being like, yeah, we're just gonna just like move. Like
yeah,
we're just gonna
just ditched it and be like, all right, we're going on vacation and never coming back.
Yeah, kind of. It's a very convoluted plan, right? They're bringing in a nanny or a babysitter, and then once they know that their doll's son likes her, they're like, all right, cool, we're gonna peace out and just kill ourselves,
and let you guys,
and you're gonna take care of it, and we're just going to assume that upon hearing news of our death, you will still be there. So,
well, they don't really make it known. It's gonna be a little bit.
Well, they wrote a letter.
But it's such a man. What a shitty. These parents.
All I'm saying is, like,
they're not. Mitch, look, this is the bar you got for your third kid. Like, you get a slam dunk.
Oh, well, fair.
These parents are some of the worst parents we've seen, and that's saying something.
Mm-hmm. Parents just don't understand, Nate. What
they understand way too well. That is the problem. Like they understand what they're doing, and they continue.
But let me ask you, Nate, if you're okay. You have somehow been talked into staying here.
I wish our house was big enough to facilitate this. Our house is not that big. There's no way.
No.
There's no extra room in my house to make this happen.
But
unfortunately.
Okay, so imagine you're babysitting Brahms.
Okay. Brahms. Yeah.
Sure. I'm from the South, Nate. It's Brahms. And then you get this letter that the parents are like, hey, so we're not coming back. This is all on you now. Good luck. Like, you've got to assume, like, unless they've just given you that money up front, which, again, if you got the money up front, why are you still there? Just like, peace out. Like, I got your money. See you in court as you tell people, hey, we're the crazy people that paid you to watch our doll boy. I don't know. I mean, were they going to just give her money as a stipend? They didn't leave it to the doll, did they? I got a lot of questions about why she stayed. I mean, I know she didn't get the letter, but I'm just saying, like, what was the parents? What did the parents think was going to happen when she eventually gets this letter?
I don't.
Or was the letter written to Brahms? Maybe I'm misremembering. Was the letter written to Brahms and not to her?
No, I don't think so. I don't know. No,
Might
it was to her, I thought.
Maybe if it was written to Brahms.
No, I think it was to her. Either way. Did they
Terrible
prepay? Was Brahms going to go get a job? Like,
Right.
what is the long-term plan here? Were they just like, look, we can't kill ourselves until we pay 20 years of electricity and plumbing.
Well, some lawyer had to get involved,
gas
right?
bills.
Like,
Yeah.
like they had to get something sort of notarized. You can't just write a will on like a napkin and that suffices. It doesn't work that way.
They're like, look, we had to wait till we got the trust secured. Like what? Like what? I don't understand what the threshold was for this, other than I guess we found a woman. We found a woman who's apparently an idiot. So are we good? Is this it? All right, let's go kill ourselves. I don't understand what's going on in this movie. The plot is nonsensical.
No.
That being said, in the second half, gets real interesting.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you this. At any point, I mean, we've seen a bunch of these doll horror movies. I mean, at any point, is anything about this scary to you?
Well, doll moving is
Mildly
tense.
unnerving.
It's tense. But yeah, it's not really doing it for me. It's not.
Why won't you love me?
Anyway.
I mean, what is happening here, right? Like, I don't know. I
don't know.
It took me a long time.
Anytime, for doll movies, if you're throwing a blanket over the doll for like an entire day, is that really scary? It's a lot. It's a lot of gap.
Maybe I've just grown an appreciation for dolls that just kind of get into it already instead of like the whole buildup of is this doll or isn't this doll? And look, I'm saying all this knowing there's a bit of a payoff with how they did it, but man, at this point,
the payoff is the last 4% of the movie is the problem.
Yeah,
I
needed someone to like get murdered a little bit more quickly within this movie. Like, does anyone die up until like there's a story about a girl getting murdered when Brahms was alive.
But it's just a tiny snippet. Yeah, they just like snuck in a weird backstory, which is why the claim is like, the universe is so big we can do a trilogy. I'm like, who are you? That's
the universe so big. You mean England? I'm confused.
Yeah,
like what?
I don't like. There's just so much we can do with Brahms. Like, I don't understand what it is because, we spoil a movie that's like 7 years old already. Jesus. He's living in the walls. He pulled a Bad Ronald. If you've seen the movie Bad Ronald from the 70s, something bad happens, and then a kid hides in the house. They can't find him. There's a mysterious fire, blah, blah, whatever. Just lives in there all the time. And he's moving the doll around. Like, and the house has to be ginormous to have all the passageways and I can't even imagine. Can you imagine the heating costs, Mitch, of that? I mean, that's why they had to live so long before they killed themselves. Like, they had to prepay that. Oh my God, I can't even imagine. Anyway, this house has got like as much room as humanly possible for like a dude to just move around, no issues. And that's who the doll is supposed to. That's how he communicates, is through the doll. I don't know. There's the life-size mask. That's the creepy part.
Okay, I mean, this movie
pops through a mirror with that mask on. Okay, now we got a horror part. Too bad it were 95% of the movie already.
Yeah, agreed. My interest in this film immediately goes up the minute the twist happens and you see him come in with that mask. You're like, oh, it's good, because I love the idea of this not being supernatural. Because, I mean, that's what they're building to, right? That this is all a whole supernatural thing, that it's all possessed doll, and you're just waiting. You're waiting for it to have the Chucky moment where it turns its head, starts like cussing you out and like trying to kill you, right? That doesn't happen. When he comes out with that mask at the wall, you're like, oh man, this is something. And then not a whole lot happens with that.
Well, I mean, it's like a very generic, the terrible abusive psychotic boyfriend gets murdered.
Yeah, he just looks like the guy from Hush.
Kind of,
right? I mean, am I wrong?
Better movie. Oh man. But no, the mask is cooler.
The mask is cool. The mask is cooler because the mask looks like Brahms. It's.
But then Brahms is like, look, this is a person who's been like living in walls. He's like not the best at doing anything.
Mm-hmm.
Like what is Brahms good at?
Following the rules.
Hiding, and then like setting routines. That's it. Those are your two positives. Downside, I don't know. Terrible at everything, emotionally, like 6 years old. I don't know. It's like there's not the best boyfriend for what the parents were hoping for. I mean, this is not a catch by any stretch. I had to set him up that way because no way those dating apps were gonna produce anything.
This movie just needed more murder in it, which I mean,
yeah, because like Killer Clowns is a great example. Like, look, this premise is ridiculous, but we're gonna give you all the options for how ridiculous this could be, right?
Yeah.
This movie does not do that. It just gives you one, and it waits a really long time to pay off. Again, pretty creepy, not terrible. It's just the rest,
Yeah.
It's like imagine Possum, but now
I want to stop imagining Possum.
Imagine Possum, but nowhere near as good, like or well written or anything or cinematic. And then you have a cool thing at the end, like the last like 8 minutes.
Yeah.
It's like, that's it. And then, by the way, they also did it way better in Housebound. So, which was like 2 years before.
Yeah.
Which is 2 years before, an incredible movie. So you really don't have a whole lot going for you on this one, unfortunately.
Yeah. I mean, I think if there was more murder and it was really like, what would have sold that twist better is if it was like, if the parents had gotten murdered in the house and it wasn't like I think the parents sort of like moving off and then just like throwing themselves in the water, was kind of okay. If they were going to die, it would have been better had they died like under very mysterious circumstances. And she thinks it's the doll, and of course no one believes her.
They find a letter that was that Brahms figured out they were writing a letter to her because they actually had a change of heart. And then he kills them for that.
Yeah.
And then he kind of like finishes the letter, but it's a little off. And she's like, wait, what? Like something like that even would have been more interesting.
But because I think you set yourself up if you're doing more murders and it's the more line of no one kind of believes her. You're in the crazed female protagonist, right? That everyone thinks is just like losing it. And then you get the reveal because everyone, they did a great job. Everyone's expecting this to be supernatural. Everyone walked in this theater thinking, okay, it's possessed by some ghost or it's a demon or it's whatever. So having them in the walls, fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
It just needed some more stakes to it. Like there was nothing to it. Like he pops out of the wall and it's like, that's awesome. And then it's like, so now what? And so he's gonna like murder her abusive boyfriends. Like, and you're the bad guy, right? Right?
Well, yeah, because then he chases them after. But it's like, yeah, I don't know. What if they had started dating after that? I don't know. Could have been interesting.
Look, look at that house. You see all that mahogany?
Yeah. Well, don't worry. She was in it. She's all in it for the grocery delivery guy.
Oh, so, well, yeah. Thank you for saying the guy and not the boy, the delivery boy.
There's a guy and a boy. You get to pick which one. Which one do you want? Bad option and worse option. Which one are you going for? Both better than the abusive boyfriend potentially. So, yeah, this
I like that you say
rock in a hard place.
Like, yeah, I mean, he may have caused a miscarriage, but
But the thing about this is that, okay, so Housebound did this better, but no one had seen Housebound really, right? Because it's
no. Yeah.
But
it's
then that guy,
underwatched.
that director, right, Gerard Johnstone, went on to do Megan, which is even a better. So the boy loses in like 3 facets to just one dude as part of this same Doll of Fame, and then like just generally for being terrible and making a very bad sequel as well. So not great. I wish we were more positive on this.
No, there really was a lot to it. and
No, not really.
I'm on the rare occasion, I don't like to break from our sequel tradition, but man, maybe it was better because now we know to avoid the Boy 2. Whereas if we watched the Boy 2, we would have still been like, well, maybe Boy 1's better because surely
I'd already seen it. So
well, okay, but so not all of us had, Nate.
it's on Netflix. If our review is, really
I'm glad to know that my instincts based on trailers is still sometimes accurate. Like, oh yeah, this is gonna be a shit movie, and then I am not surprised that it turns in. It's a is this self-fulfilling prophecy? I don't know, but yeah, it does just seem like we have a creepy doll. How can we like do something with it?
Again, I love the doll, so
I'm ambivalent on the doll.
One part I think nailed it. So that's it.
Yeah, I guess in the trilogy it'll bang an American Girl doll, and then
you said bang a girl, and I was like,
Yes.
where is this? Is this our last episode? What's happening? I don't understand what's going on.
No. I mean, there's gonna go the Bride of Chucky route, right?
Okay, so then we agree that the Doll of Fame inductee is Brahms here, right?
Well, who else? I mean, it's like a default, right? Like, can I?
It's Brahms or Brahms. Brahms the boy Brahms or man Brahms.
Can I double induct Megan? Can I just do that?
There is a Megan on Peacock. There's a Megan extended cut.
Oh, the unrated,
cut,
yeah.
something.
Have you watched it yet?
No, I have not, but I will because I'm not getting a director commentary. Boo! So gotta do something.
Can't always get what you want, Nate. But I understand.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, so I don't know. I mean, let's just get into the final cut, man.
Final cut.
The only problem with just like movies that are just not great, like at least with like a good bad movie, you have stuff to kind of really like hate on. This isn't like egregiously bad, right? It's not like the movie itself is bad. There's just nothing to it. It's just it's just boring, and that's, I mean, for horror, that's almost worse than being bad, right? Like I can deal with a bad movie.
It was 97 minutes, but man, that middle was just, I mean, and I'm the one who's like, oh yeah, like Possum is super depressing and like just showing a field, but I'm like, but it got me. Like, so it's not like if it's slow, I'm instantly against it or anything. It's just like, this is just boring in a bad, like in just a mediocre way, like you're saying. Like you could have cut 30, 40 minutes out of this and just, it would not have mattered.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look, I'm looking at the time right now. We've only really been talking for like 50 minutes total. Not even, 30 minutes probably on this episode. It's like, we tend to talk a lot about these episodes before we even get to the final cut. What do you say about this? It's just not good. I'm gonna give this. Oh man, I'm gonna give this 3 out of 10. Family portraits. It's boring. Boring is a worse crime than being bad.
Yeah. Wait, what number? Just want to make sure.
I said 3.
You said 3. Okay.
No, sorry, 2. I want to go 2.
Oh, even down farther. I love it.
Oh, I think I've given some movies there 3 that would follow for like, yeah, it's bad, but it's, this, and that's the problem. Like the movie looks good. Look, she's a good enough actress in this and in most things, right? I liked. The twist ending, but this is such a formulaic like 90s era type of horror film. There's just nothing here. It's not scary. It's not.
So this, I didn't say this on purpose. I wanted to wait, but this is a 6 on IMDb. Just wanted to let you know that.
There are a lot of people with bad opinions, Nate. I don't know what to tell you.
I just wanted to hear
a lot of
you
people
talk about
it. A lot of people. It is
0.4 lower than Megan. Megan is a 6. What?
No.
Come on, guys.
No.
Come on. What are we doing? What are we doing?
Who is writing this? Like your kid's sister? Like, I mean, who is out here? Who is out here picking it?
Shot at my little sister. All right, damn.
Oh, yeah, I forgot your sister's younger than you. My bad. That wasn't intentional toward you. That just was a phrase I went with.
Send that clip.
But came from somewhere, I guess.
Just digging. Just keep digging. All right. Love it.
I mean, Nate's mom, if you're still listening, all your children are precious. Anyway, look here. Yeah, that's where I'm gonna go. Nate, what do you give him in this movie?
2 is too low for me. I'm gonna go with what I put it as is a 4. The ending is solid. I wish it was earlier. I wish it was more integrated in the film. The doll is creepy. Oh, that's a 3. I can't even go.
Yeah, you can't. You can't talk yourself up.
The first time I saw it, I would have been much higher. I'd have been closer to 5.
Is this wait? Hold on. Did you rate any of the Puppet Masters higher than this?
I don't think so. That seems.
I'm checking now. Keep going with your thoughts. Sorry.
That seems. Incorrect.
You're nervous though. I can hear the nervousness in your like. There's a part of you that's like, oh God, did I?
There was. I remember the first one from when we were at Fantastic Fest.
You're getting real.
I know Lilith Reich was not higher than a 3.
No. Nor should it be. Hold on.
I don't know if the one we did at Fantastic Fest. I don't think I have it actually in the sheet, so you can't even see it. I have to go back and listen to see what I get. But it's a 3 or a 4. I can't. Yeah, it's just a 3. Like I said, the first time I watched it, I thought it was kind of cool. The twist I liked. Watching it the second time, it's just so boring. Brahms is still cool. I think old people drowning themselves. All right,
I find
it
hilarious that you miraculously don't have the rating for Puppet Master 3 written on our sheet where you've tracked all of
There's 2 of them that I missed because I do one.
You got Puppet Master 4 in there. It's just one you've missed, which is probably the one you gave higher. Whoever it is that keeps track of like what movies I rate lower than Santa Jaws, find out what Nate scored Puppet Master 3 for me.
Yeah, is it Puppet Master level? And I go, okay, bump it up every time probably.
Yeah. So you thought this is one score better than Puppet Master 4?
I guess it's a little bit better. That's why I'm debating a 4 now. If that's the bar, I don't.
No. Stick with a 3. Don't let me talk you up.
Well, I would go with 3, I guess, for Brahms. So Brahmy
for the trilogy.
I don't know. I'd love to see the trilogy. I would love to do. Yeah, I would love to. Like, what can they possibly do? It's gonna be bad. So I'm excited about that. I would love one that's bad, like a terrible, funny, bad one. I would prefer that actually. For what we got.
I want him to fight the Pete Wentz doll.
That would be dolls.
Oh my God! What if Pete Wentz? What if at the end of that one, Pete Wentz shows up in a mask out of another like mirror?
What if Pete Wentz and that guy join a band again?
Oh my God! It's
it gets turned into a recording.
Mumford
studio.
and Dolls. Jesus Christ, it's so stupid. I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
Things.
There's New York Dolls right there. It's already part of the name, I guess.
Fair.
Doll Out Boy is just so
Doll. Yeah, Doll Out Boy is so good.
It's so good. I don't know how you could possibly.
I'm gonna go re-listen to that episode. That whole
Dolls
thing.
is great.
I was crying. I was crying during this for a different reason. But
the Dahlman brothers. I don't know. I'm trying to think of bands.
Doll and Oates.
Oates isn't doing anything. Yeah. Oates is available.
Oh shit!
Oh,
it's
that's
Brahms
great.
and Oates just hanging out. Doll and Oates. Jesus Christ!
Oh, that's very good. I like that a lot. So there you go.
All right.
Those are words.
All right. Well,
wow.
That's gonna wrap it.
Do you need some help?
It's the stupidest thing I think we've said in a while. Doll and Oates. I mean, a part of me wants to keep running with it, but we're not going to beat Doll and Oates.
Yeah.
Oh man, that was good. Yeah, that's gonna wrap it up for this week's episode. Nate, where can they find us?
You can find us with our Doll and Oates content here at TX Pod Massacre on Twitter, Texas Podcast Massacre. Everywhere else, leave us a voicemail 346-246-3143. God, if we get Doll and Oates, I can't even. My brain is just fried from that one. I didn't even say it. So give us a call. What do you want to hear? Dead Don't Die, still on the list. So we got that going for us. But pitch us some other movies that are. I'm just gonna go the opposite of Mitch. Mitch wants us to suffer through movies. I'm gonna say give us some good ones. So again, 346-246-3143, Texas Podcast Massacre at gmail.com. Doll of Fame is belatedly over, but we do have another theme month potentially coming up very shortly. So get excited for that. I did watch Knock at the Cabin, M. Night Shyamalan, by the way, already. So
nice. I'm interested to hear what you
May
think.
Night Shyamalan potentially in the works.
I've read the book, so I'm curious.
Nerd.
No, you're right. Jesus. So I'm
literally sitting next to like 5 books in a stack. But
yeah. But I'm interested in how much it kept to it. So okay, interesting. All right, well there you go. All right, well hey, from all of us here at Texas Podcast Massacre, thank you so much for tuning in, and just keep telling yourself it's only a movie. Good night.